Industrial hemp has been pot's controversial cousin for decades, but in recent years, the stigma around the world's most useful plant has started to change. Hemp was a staple of agriculture for the first 162 years of America's existence, used for paper, textiles, and rope. The plant has 25,000 different uses and is useful from its roots to its seeds. Hemp roots contain compounds that provide medicinal value. The stalk can be used for textiles such as rope and denim. A home can be built with hempcrete blocks, and a variety of paper products can be produced with hemp. Hemp leaves are very absorbent and can be used for animal bedding, mulch, and compost. Oil paint, printing inks, food supplements, and shampoo are just a few of the wide variety of products made from hemp seeds. Despite all of that, hemp was criminalized when the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937 was passed.
There was really a push to eradicate hemp, so they taxed hemp into oblivion. And then during the 1940s, we actually needed hemp again for the war effort. So farmers were encouraged once again to grow hemp. You see the sort of hemp for victory or grow hemp for the war was really popular. After World War II, it really got wrapped up into this anti-immigrant, anti-drug sentiment.
In 1970, the Controlled Substances Act was signed into law, and industrial hemp was classified as a Schedule I narcotic without any differentiation from marijuana.
There's a lot of confusion in the general public about hemp and its relationship to marijuana. Both plants are the same species. It is Cannabis sativa. Marijuana has a high inducing chemical in it. Industrial hemp does not. To be called industrial hemp, it has to have below 0.3% THC. There are a number of varieties that test far below that.
It looks the same. It's kind of scary because it looks the same. It doesn't smell the same. You could smoke it for an hour and you'd get a sore throat, but it's not going to do anything for you other than that. So.
In 2015, after an 80-year absence, Governor Andrew Cuomo established a pilot program permitting a limited number of educational institutions in New York State to grow and research industrial hemp.
We approached SUNY Morrisville, and they were really interested in exploring the crop. So it was a sort of a natural fit, also given their proximity. And the two of us applied for a license, and we became the first and only farm that year to grow hemp, and the first farm in New York to grow hemp in over 80 years.
In the first year of the program, there were less than 60 acres planted. By the second year, there were about 2,000 acres of industrial hemp planted across the state. This year, about 3,500 acres will be set aside for industrial hemp. Internationally, hemp is a big business. The United States imports over $700 million a year in products made from hemp.
Certainly, we want to make sure that in New York, we're not importing hemp for our purposes, that we're actually growing it here and advantaging our growers and our own processors.
Because of hemp's classification in the United States as a narcotic, New York farmers are limited in what they can do. There's a provision in the federal farm bill, expected to be voted on by the end of this year, that could change that. The provision would declassify hemp and make it legal to grow as an agricultural crop across the country.
One of the issues with the state of hemp legislation is that every state has to have every component of processing capabilities because it's very difficult to ship hemp across state lines. Once the barriers to that are gone, then you can have a specialization regions around the country developing, and every single state doesn't have to have an entire industry. We can work together as an actual United States, go figure.